Next up at UFC Vegas 77, we have Alex Munoz taking on Carl Deaton III. Alex Munoz 6-2 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming back after 2 years away. You're going to hear me say that quite a few times on this card. He's taking on Carl Deaton III, 17-6 overall, 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming off that decision loss to Joseph Selecki. Carl Deaton is a wrestler. He's patient on his feet. He chooses his shots pretty well. He doesn't just come charging in looking for takedowns. When he's comfortable, he's going to plot forward, throw big 1-2s, and then set up those shots. He has plenty of speed and cardio, but the power just isn't there. When he ties his wrestling in with his striking, he can do pretty well, but again, he's not really that dangerous. There's not a lot of finishing power in the mix. He's coming off that loss to Joe Selecki where he gave up 2 takedowns and 9 minutes of control time. And the odds here are a little interesting because Alex Munoz, well, first of all, Carl Deaton was just out wrestling and out grappled. He's taking on Alex Munoz. Alex Munoz is a very, very good wrestler who at one point, and he might still be, the Team Alpha Male wrestling coach, one of the better wrestling gyms in the country as far, MMA gyms that use wrestling. He is coming back after 2 years away, but that was an ACL surgery, which he's insisting he was trained the whole time, better than ever, all that bullshit. But if you believe it, great. He has 9 takedowns in 3 UFC fights, but he does have a negative striking differential. His striking is just not up to snuff, or at least it wasn't 2 years ago. He's coming up the loss to Luis Pena in 2021, where he did have 4 takedowns, and it still wasn't enough to get it done. I say the line is interesting because Carl Deaton's a wrestler, and he is not going to be the better wrestler here. He just isn't. So now we're expecting a lesser wrestler to out-wrestle the better wrestler. I'm not trying to be rude or disparaging, but there's always somebody better, especially when it comes to something like wrestling.
Not in my life.
Okay. And Alex Munoz is literally he's better at Carl's best thing. But Alex Munoz's striking sucked. It just wasn't very good. The knee injury may have been the best thing that happened to him because maybe he took the time, focused on the striking. Song Yadong is at that gym who has phenomenal striking. They've brought in some solid strikers and some solid striking coaches. Maybe that has elevated Alex Munoz's striking game as well because his wrestling was there. He fought my good friend Nick Newell. Very frustrating fight to watch. That was a damn it moment. Nick almost had that guillotine. But if Alex does work in some actual solid striking, not just a big lunging power type striking, he's going to be a real threat. I think he wins this fight. I'm actually pretty confident in this. And the only reason I haven't laid out very real money on Alex is because that 2-year layoff. You just don't know. You can't go by interviews. Everybody says they're amazing in interviews, and then they go out there and you hear about all the bullshit.
Kevin Lee, best I've ever felt. Now he's retired.
That's. Did he retire? I saw the UFC.
Yeah, he retired today. And he said he was proud because he went out on a shield, and then his retirement speech too. He's like, "I've never not shown up for a fight. I've never." It's like, I love Kevin Lee, man. Do you talk about living in a different reality? That guy lives in a different fucking reality than everyone else.
So anyway, I think Alex Munoz, I'm very confident in Alex. Again, my only hesitation without laying out over a unit on this is the freaking 2-year layoff. You just don't know what the hell that means. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I almost completely agree with the entire breakdown. The 2 years is a red flag. If you do look at his Instagram, he definitely is in the gym working hard. All these guys are in the gym working hard. Just some are on Instagram and some are not. And I kind of wish that more male fighters would kind of join and be active on Instagram while they're maybe no gi, maybe no shirt. And Carl loved the ponytail as well. But listen, Alex Munoz is the better wrestler, but he does have question marks because on the feet, he does look a bit lost. And the biggest thing is gas tank. I have seen him gas in fights. If he can't get the takedowns, he starts getting beat up on the feet. And once he's getting beat up on the feet, he just kind of do. Now, he will tough it out, right? Because he's a tough guy. He's not a quitter like some people there. We'll get to those points. They will quit. He will tough it out. And he will try to continue with the takedowns. And he will continue with the striking. But that is another red flag. 2 years off. Maybe he comes in, looks great in the first round. And then all of a sudden, that adrenaline dump. Now he's getting hit in the face because I do believe Carl's the better striker in this matchup. So I agree. This should be an Alex Munoz play, but I'm staying away from it. You don't need to bet this is actually kind of advice to myself right now. You don't have to bet every single fight. All right. You don't have to bet every single fight. All right. You hear me? You don't have to bet every single fight. And Alex might be one where it's like, let's see what he is. And then next fight, we might bet on him.
I agree because for sure it's almost too obvious that Alex wins this. It's almost too obvious. So it's 2 years away, and there's 3 people on this card that have multi-year layoffs. Alex is the only one that I'm like, ooh, maybe should I?
He did cut the
maybe
hair.
we get lucky with the takedown line.
And
right? Maybe they mess up.
Shit.
Alex Munoz is?
Yeah, gee, oh fuck, man. Alex, hey, no disrespect, man. That's good to you, man. Fuck. What a life that must be like.
Are you about to cry? I do think $8,300 on DraftKings might be some of the best value you're going to get on this card because takedowns rack up points. And if Alex does what we think he should do or what he would have done without a 2-year layoff, he should get a whole bunch of takedowns and score a whole bunch of points that way. So $8,300 probably very, very solid DraftKings pricing. What do you think, Jakey boy?
It probably is, honestly. Should be. I mean, it should be. I mean, he should dominate. I mean, he should look like a 300 favorite in this matchup.
I completely agree. We mentioned 2-year layoffs. Kind of a red flag, but in DraftKings, I'll take that shot. WeWantPicks.com. It's only $10 a month. You unlock everything you've ever wanted or needed. Our DraftKings community is probably one of the strongest DraftKings community out there. They have won over $150,000 playing DraftKings in the last 2 months. I haven't even gone back to 6 months ago when Joe Todoro won $60,000.
Joey T.
And those are only premium members. So unlock the same tools that they have access to at WeWantPicks.com. It is only $10 a month.